New Year drawing near, New Year almost here, New Year drawing near, New Year almost here. This is Selena Fox, and I'm coming to you live from my home in southwestern Wisconsin, USA. And Happy New Year's Eve. And for those of you who celebrate the Scottish multi-day, multi-night celebration of welcoming the new calendar year, Happy Hogmanay! I am sharing with you in the next few minutes a bit about a brand new online workshop that debuts tonight, Wednesday, December 30th, 2020, on celebrating the new year by having New Year's Eve festivities, rituals, meditations, revels, and I hope that you will join and learn some old ways and some new ways and some innovative ways for welcoming in the new calendar year. So think about some ways to reflect, to assess, to do a view of what has happened in the past year. What's worked? What hasn't worked? What are things you are happy about and grateful for? And what are some learnings that you can take into the new year as it comes on? Of course, they're resolutions, but rather than coming up with a big list, one of the things I'll talk about in my workshop are some ways to have something doable, attainable, and something that can be beneficial. And to pick something that you can start incorporating in your life in January, not for the rest of your life necessarily, but giving yourself permission to try a new pattern on some aspect of your life. For those of us who have divination as part of our spirituality, this is a powerful time to do divination. So you may want to get out tarot cards or oracle cards and come up with a spread or a format for doing your divination. Have a pad of paper or a journal and pen so you can note down what your focus is, what pattern or spread as they're sometimes called, that you've selected, and then what your process has been and what you've gotten. So divination. So you can use cards and you can draw runes, you can scry into a crystal ball. I'll leave that up to you. But divination is a powerful thing to do as part of a way of assessing past, present, and future. And I'll share with you some of the different ways that I found helpful for divination. And of course, there's New Year's Eve rituals. So that might take the form of writing something down that you want to dispel from your life, from realities that you're having to deal with, health issues, sorrow, pain, whatever, and then shredding it up and flushing it down the toilet, depending on what your sanitation system is and if that's a good idea. Or what I like to do is actually burn it in my hearth fire. But since most people do not have a hearth fire in their home, I live out in the country and we have lots of firewood out here that Mother Nature gives us free for the collecting, then you might want to come up with some other ways of being able to come up with what we call a dispelling ritual to let go of what is not needed. And a simple way to do that is to get some incense. And as you call to mind things that you want to dispel, be gone, be gone, be gone. But it isn't sufficient just to dispel. It's a really good idea to do a centering, a reset. You may want to chant or take deep, slow breaths, and then to focus on what you'd like to bring in. What blessings do you want for yourself, for your loved ones in your household, for your family system, your community, your country, your world, for the universe? So ritual can be an amazing thing. One of the things that I like to do is get some image of the planet and focus on well-being, peace, and in this pandemic year, greater health and wellness, not only for humans, but for our biosphere and all the creatures and plants. May we be in harmony and be well. And of course, there is charitable giving. In the US, it's a good idea if you're going to be giving to a nonprofit that you do that by the end of the year. That can be advantageous. And when tax time comes, and you get some credit for that, depending on where you're at in that whole reality called taxes and accounting and things like that. But December 31st is the deadline to get your tax-deductible donations in. Circle Sanctuary, the nonprofit that I helped found back in 1974, is one of the many nonprofits that's inviting people to support us with this end of the year giving. And if you are inclined to do so, you may want to support nonprofits, not only with outright donations, membership contributions, but if there's some kind of items that are available. And we have our annual calendar, which is brand new, just released for 2021. It has the dates of all of our online festivals and full moon circles, as well as holidays from a number of different spiritual traditions, as well as secular holidays. So I invite you to go over to the Circle Sanctuary website and find out all about that. So in addition to giving and assessing and divination and some of the other ways we've talked about, there's the joyful sounds of the stroke of midnight local time. So get some kind of wonderful noisemaker and make a wonderful sound as the new year comes in, dispelling what's not needed and does not serve as the old year passes away, and welcoming in blessings for the new year, not only for self and home, but for your neighborhood, community, nation, planet, for the cosmos. Thank you all for tuning in to this preview. So you can watch live Selena Fox updates on Facebook. I'm going to hopefully have enough internet to live stream it. My internet's by satellite. So at 7 p.m. Central, Wednesday, December 30th, 2020, I'll be live streaming, if all goes well, on my Selena Fox updates page, and I will be on internet radio, CSNP, Circle Sanctuary Network podcast. And if you aren't able to catch it live, well, you can either listen later, the audio part, via our website, circlesanctuary.org, has the link to all of our podcasts that are coming up, as well as the ones archived. Or you can go to those streaming services, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and those, because our CSNP podcast, including my Nature Spirituality podcast every Wednesday night, is there. And tonight is a full moon. So Happy New Year coming forth and bright blessings. Thanks to all of you who are watching this live now and who will watch later. And wherever you may be safe, be well, and have a wonderful 2021.